And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio. I think this is episode 53? Oh, crazy. Alright, so we have some work to do here. We need to first clear out all these trees, because we need to extend this platform. And because we need a few more wagons on here, and the only way to do that is to get this extended. So while we wait, I'm going to use my bots for this. This is, oh no, trees and rocks only. There we go. So as long as you keep it under the amount of bots you have, they should pick it up by themselves and not rely on others. Okay. There we go. Pick up all the trees. I'm going to grab all of those. All of those. Okay, so now we're going to take this away here. We're going to extend this. How much rail do I have on me? I got a good amount of rail. So we're going to extend this out. And we need to get it merged up right in here. Just like that. So now it's a nice long track coming in. Beautiful work. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know they standardized all these. Okay, and then 6 more. There we go. And I was gonna upgrade these to stack inserters. Just to load that train that much faster. Okay, so these can be regular fast inserters. That way the ore is distributed and everything is good to go. And then I do have coverage down here, and I am covered. So I should be getting some more stack inserters anytime for this. So let's look at the train. I stopped the train just because, and let's get the power up in here. So get this going, get these starting to load up. That way they'll have a little bit of ore. They'll have a little bit of ore to deliver. Also, let's merge these two. And then I think that'll work. Although that's going to run out, and then we're going to be pretty dry. So I might merge this one too, just so the train loads, and then I've got some iron on me to dump. These don't have limits, no. And this is just about the right amount of ore. I mean, I don't want a super ton of ore in any of these, because it takes 4 full rows to fill the train. So I've got 6 here, so the train, you know, I could have 2 trains come by here, completely fill up before any of these chests are empty, and then it would take a considerable amount of time. But we now have the Omega drills available. So one of the things I could do is I could Omega drill this up. So I'm going to take these mines away. And I'm going to use this because it's faster. Pick up all those. Pick up all those. Pick up those. All those. So this Omega drill, this is a mod, and you know, some people like using mods, some people don't. But I enjoy mods. That's the name of the game. That's the name of my channel. Flexible Games means games that aren't linear. They're not tied into any one play style, and mods make up a big part of that. Okay, so I'm going to take out the power, and we're going to take out all of these. Okay, we had enough. So I'm gonna drop the ore that these splitters have in them. And then I'm gonna pick this up, because we're gonna have one continuous belt of ore through this whole thing. I know it's not the most optimum way to do it. And yeah, this is kind of an issue. I'm gonna just grab all this ore. And we're gonna just drop it in some of these chests here. Get rid of this. There we go. So one long belt loop. It's just fine. Okay, Omega drill. I'm gonna make a couple of these. See, the area on this is just monstrous. So don't be shy about getting as much coverage as you can with one of these. And you can see 2 million ore. It's gonna chew through that ore so fast. We're gonna have one on this side and one going on this side. I think I got all the coverage on that. And we just have a little bit down here that we need to cover. So I can use other miners for that, although let's see. Is that gonna cover it? Yeah, that covers it. We got one more right in here. So that'll just tell me where we're missing. And I can come in here and merge this all into one belt. So the total amount of ore, we have 3.2 million ore in this thing. And these things, look at the pollution, 225. That's why I brought some efficiency efficiency modules. We only need 2 though, so that's good. I could put a productivity in there. That might be interesting, because these things mine so fast that the productivity module might be wise. We'll see what happens with the ore output here. We might have these to supplement it. So let's plan on a little bit of supplementation with these if the productivity hurts that much, because the speed lowers down 15%. So we'll see if that is bad news. Okay. So you can see completely filling that belt up. And it won't get very far. Yeah, that's about all she wrote there. So I want 4 more cargo wagons. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're loaded back up on stack inserters, so let's put these in here. Fill it that much faster. So with this, I guess we could run a parallel line with these. I mean, it's not going to be nearly as much ore, but we can always supplement this ore with that ore and just get all the ores. That's what we're going for here. We got a little bit up here that we're going to need to grab too. But yeah, this will chew through that ore really, really fast. And they're kind of cool. I like them. But you can see the productivity really helps out. So just that little bit of productivity, which is 16%, which is weird because that should be 10%. Oh, 16%. Yeah, my research has upped that as well. So yeah, that productivity really makes a difference with these large drills, because man, you get a lot more ore out of it in the long run. We're gonna also close that gap there. Just use every ounce. Now that those are done, we're going to plop them onto this train. And where are they? There they are. So plop, plop, plop. So now we've got a full, huge train. We should have plenty of fuel, and we're going to need to have this load up. Ore supply 1. So we're going to add ore supply 1, inventory full, and go. All right, and that should unload ore into these chests here, which should fuel the other 2 sets of furnaces that we've got, because they're locked in right now. So I've got the ore run here, and we're gonna need this uploaded here, but we've got all of this ore in here too. So we've got quite a lot of iron ore. There's 4 million iron right here. That's a considerable amount of iron, except there's a little bit of coal there, and there's a little bit of copper on this one. So I'm going to need to filter that out as much as possible, and run that, you know, elsewhere, hopefully with enough time. So obviously these are not going to load all the way up, and it's going to take them a while to load up. But you can see a full blue belt just disappears, absolutely disappears. I could override the stack size on all of these, so they only pull 1, but that would only get the ore to about right here. So maybe we should put a limit, a tougher limit on these, on these first few. And that way, I'm going to pull out what's not included in that limit. And putting a limit on there just helps move that ore along a little bit further down the belt. Oh, I've got to grab this stuff. Let's just load it up directly here. Where am I at in my progress here? Look at that, the train loaded already. That's nice. There we go. And this one. And let's load all of that. There we go. And hopefully, yeah, this one's just stopped. These doing okay. Then these have more ore they can load in. So I think overall it'll be good. So yeah, there we go. Iron Outpost 1 is ready. And I gotta watch for trains, because getting hit by a train is no fun. Insta death. You know, we do have a bunch of iron up here, but you know, we're using this all right now. Looks like we actually are not. Are we smelting all the way down? We kind of are. Kind of. Get a little bit more of that ore downwind here. It's going slow enough with these red belts that it picks it up before it lands on the back. But speeding those up a little bit will give a little bit of that ore. Oh, these two are out. That's one of the reasons. This is out. This is out. Okay, and we can merge that in full speed ahead. And none of this is backed up, so I'm not too concerned about that. Still a little bit of ore in here. But yeah, we're gonna need to expand this iron soon. So are we still making it down all the way? Yeah, we've got a little bit packed into the bottom here, and that's good. I say bottom, but it's actually the top of the stack, but it's the bottom of the row. This should be completely disconnected still. Good. All right. Now that we're getting some iron, let's load it up. Quickly cross the tracks. And I don't really have enough resources to make any more omega drills. So let's get this routed up, and then I'll gather some more resources for more drills in a bit. I also want another one of these. And let's line these up. And get this one in. And I want to put one over here as well. We're going to need one here. Because we have this coal, or this copper, and I might, depending on how my copper is. Okay, so copper is only a 4 unload. But yeah, some of these, you know, these are starting to dwindle down. A little bit of iron back here. I want to, oh, no, I didn't mean to destroy that. Meant to click that. I want to uncover that iron. Oh, and that's not even in range. I want to build this out as far as I can. Can't really decide. I'm losing my great grid of logistics. So this little setup here is a little annoying. We've got a little bit of copper in here. By a little bit, I mean like 16,000 copper just sitting in here. And, you know, we've been pulling out iron as we're going. So it's a little difficult. I'm going to grab all the iron out of there, and we're just going to feed the beast here. Go along this side. Hold right click, shift right click, no, control right click. And I'm just dropping half stacks in all of those. Send the ore up. Easy way to move it. So I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom row. And we should have just a few more. There we go. Just get a little bit of iron in the system. Won't hurt anything. But I'm going to need a bunch of steel, and steel is such a pain. Oh, actually, no, steel is started backing up. That's a good sign. I like that. Something good for once. Although we're not really doing any research right now, which is probably the main reason for that. When I kick off a research, it really destroys my resources in my base. So we're going to need ample amounts of resources in order to really kickstart some of these advanced researches. Fill in the gaps. I don't really need to use steel chests here. It's kind of a waste of material. I could have used regular wooden chests, but oh, still out of steel again. So we're gonna pick some more up and build more. So gap. That one's finally done. Okay, just a few more. Let's see how much steel we have. Right up here. Look at that. It's done already. I love it. Okay. Oh, I need to actually craft those. I'm loving the eyedropper tool too, by the way. Loving that feature. Okay, so let's put a limit of, well, the end, this is where we're going to load it. So we're going to put a stricter limit at the front view. So the front view gets just one stack. We're going to do 2 in the next one, the next block. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. And then the first 3 also in the final stack, final set of chests. And then the last 3 chests, we're just going to leave wide open. So, you know, as iron loads in, it's going to, you know, it's going to keep feeding and loading and loading and loading until these chests are full. So that way there's, you know, a good amount at least to run. So let's start filling up this first set going in. And where is my iron train? We're just gonna manually set you to go to this station because we want to get some of that iron going. And the next stop is way up there. How much? Oh, I've got lots of belts. Looks like my belt's finally caught up. So I'm gonna run this one up to here. Our first iron is ready to go. There we go. So now this should unload all of these and really maximize. Oh, I didn't plug that. So there we go. Now we're cooking. Getting a little bit of that iron on that other side, which is going to be helpful. So yeah, this is a stack. Each row here is 30 smelters. So there's 60 total smelters. And it still, when this is going full blast, cannot fill up a blue belt. So does anybody know how many smelters it takes to fill up a blue belt so it's packed like this when it leaves the smelting bank? I still have no idea. I'm close. I'm really close because you can see we're merging this bank of 15 with this bank of 15, and we were almost full over here. So I'm close. The 60 stack is very, very close to what we need. So we're gonna do fast inserters, and then these 3 are gonna be fast inserters. Am I in range? I'm not. So I'm not gonna get new. God. You know, I like the Bob's Mods Logistics because they have these that have much larger areas. And so we're gonna load all of these up like so. Let's get some power up in here. And one more. Then we're gonna do the same to the other side. Just like that. And we're gonna need another set way up here. That should cover everybody. As far as fuel goes, I'm not really sure what I want to do about fuel yet. I'm thinking we could do something like, no, not 2. Something like this, and then do a request for solid fuel. And we're going to do like 20. Because we're right next to these tracks here, so these all have logistics coverage. And then just do a stack inserter. here, and here, and just get some good electrical coverage, because we're going to need probably some lasers down here. I don't have any lasers, so let's get a little bit of protection. Just in case. These are already protected, but we want to protect as much as possible here. All right, well, we are loading in our iron. And let's see how we're doing here. As the internal storage of these empties, this line will just slowly empty out. But it's a good way of keeping that belt completely packed while it loads, because, you know, after it siphons through all of these chests, you know, it's, you know, each one of these can hold 100. So there's 6,000 iron. When these things are turned off like this, there's 6,000 iron sitting right here. You know, and each cargo wagon can hold 4,000. Actually, no. This only stacks to 50. So each cargo wagon can hold 2,000 ore, but each cargo wagon can hold 4,000 smelted plates. Ooh, we're getting attacked. Oh yeah, there's a base right up here. All right, well. All right, so I'm gonna go grab some more materials for some more omega drills, and we're gonna pop some omega drills down here. I am really tired of all of these shenanigans, so we're gonna first take out all the trees and stuff. Let the construction bots handle that while I go up and grab the materials for some more. I think that's my bot that's chasing me down. But the fusion bots are really helping, not having to charge all the time. Ooh, there's another one out. I could put it like right in here. Something like that. Just deliver as much as possible. And let's just get rid of those. That way they'll be updated. Bots will come and pick them up. They should. Yep, they'll come and grab them. Here they come. Hunt me down. All right. Deliver me some goods. And yeah, I'm going to grab some materials. So that'll do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching. And I will see you next time.